Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a sewer tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 130 Northwest Linneman Avenue here in Gresham. We're located at the front of the home. We're just off to the right of the front doorway, maybe 5 feet or so from that corner here. This was buried, so in case it ever gets buried again. Anyhow, we have a 3-inch ABS cleanout as our point of access. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have water running. Here we go. It looks like we may have a root intrusion here. We'll take another look at this on the way out. But that does appear to be a root strand that's come through there. A very difficult look at it. It's hard to track the root all the way back to the pipe joint there. It looks like there is a joint, but it's kind of gunked up by some dirt. It does, yeah, that looks like a root. Sometimes you can get things in the line. That green string there. Sometimes you will get roots that they're like a new sprout that are green. Sometimes you can also get dental floss caught in the line that kind of mimics what a root looks like, but that does indeed look like a root intrusion there. Small one at this point, but generally if you give them time to grow, they turn into much bigger deals. It appears we've got some debris in the flow line here. We'll see how that looks on the way out. But more than likely, I'll recommend a hydrojet be performed to clean this. There's a lot of junk in here. You can see it's kind of all shoveling up in front of the camera now. I'm not entirely sure why all that stuff was collected in that particular area. Sometimes you can get things going on underneath the debris. You can have damaged pipe. Small root hairs are coming through underneath there, kind of grabbing stuff as it comes down the line, and then as it builds up, you can't see it anymore. So we'll take a look at all that when the pipe's completely drained out, but I do recommend generally re-scoping after any hydrojetting is done to make sure there's no underlying issue there that you couldn't see before. Bells out here to 4-inch pipe, and then transitions over to 6-inch concrete right here about 46 feet out. And on the left side of the screen there, that may be possibly roots. There's just a bunch. There's a. That right there, as far as I can tell, is just human waste that's sitting in the flow line, but it's a massive ball of it. That will get removed after the hydrojet is done. But once you run the jetter through, I would run it all the way out to the main and go past that concrete spot there, and then on the rescope, take another look at it. Sometimes you'll get dirt that will slowly come through cracks, but once again, it covers up the underlying issue and you just can't see it. It's always worth doing a rescope. And then here at 75 feet out, we have reached the main lateral. We're going to let the pipe drain out here for a few minutes. I'm also going to go locate where the line terminates. Alright, located the camera head successfully. The line hits the main lateral out on Linneman Avenue. There's a manhole kind of on the far side of the road. It ties right into the manhole there. Looks like the line is pretty much all drained out. We're going to go ahead and start reeling back. Now that's a bunch of paper towels or cleaning wipes there. Yeah, and this thing right here has been here so long that there's mold or fuzz growing on it. I don't know how long the house has sat vacant for, but anyway, that will get dealt with the hydrojet. That's one of those items that, well, it looks like it's not going to make its way out without some help. And then right here, you can kind of look again here on the left and right side of the screen. There's 3 or 4 spots there with really dark, almost black spots on the pipe walls. This one just to the left of the screen that's closest to us, I mean, it looks like it's bulging off the pipe wall there by about 3/4 of an inch or more. Again, it's a very odd location for debris to get hung up because generally it's just going to drop right down into the flow line here and not shoot over into the wall. So my concern is that there may be cracks in the pipe there that have allowed dirt to slowly but surely come through the line. Now that's a spot there I do recommend re-scoping after the fact or after it's jetted to make sure that there's no underlying damage. It could be something completely aside from that, but I've seen that enough times before. It's entirely possible. Well, on the way out, or way back in here, it looks like my camera was able to scrape up and remove a lot of the debris that was in the flow line there. I still recommend a jet to remove everything. We've got some cleaning wipes and then that really large mound. I believe it's just human feces, but it's taken up, I mean, the better part of a 6-inch sewer line there. So recommend that get jetted so it's removed and doesn't cause any issues. But you can see right here on the left side of the screen now the water's not running. It looks like we've got a little sprout that's just starting to pop through there. And then on the right side here, you can kind of follow those root strands up. It looks like it's coming from a pipe joint there. It's really hard to tell because you've got some dirt and stuff or gunk that's just kind of obscuring our view of where they originate from. But these two strands here on the right side of the screen, especially that top one there, that tan one, does look a lot like a root intrusion. Anyway, I do recommend a spot repair there. I'm going to locate this. I'll put a white X down on the ground. Recommend that be repaired. At this time, it's not affecting the functionality of the line, but generally, if you give them enough time to grow, they will cause problems. All right, located and got it marked here. It's just about 5 feet or so out from the clean out. It's only 1 feet 8 inches deep, so very shallow, easy one to get down to with just a shovel. But it makes total sense. This line runs smack dab under one of these shrubs out here. It does not require a tree to get roots into a line. These woodier shrubs like this are more than capable of getting roots in, as you can see there. So I would recommend just removing this whole one. I'll show it here in just a second. We're just going to scope back into the crawl space real quick just to make sure that everything looks good in here. Yeah, once the repair is done, I would recommend removing at least that shrub there, as it does reside over, another 3 or 4 feet of sewer pipe here. It looks like, and that's just kind of a matter of time. When you've parked a plant like that right over a line that's shallow, you're more than likely going to get roots in other spots down the line. And there's the end of the line. We're looking up at the sky there. That's that light ahead. That's the roof vent. That's the end of the line in the crawl space. All the pipe inside the crawl is in good shape and has good flow. It's draining out nicely. Now at this point, we do have good flow all the way to the main lateral, aside from the root intrusion spot, and then a possible area where there's some cracking in the concrete, which again it looks like is being obscured right now by debris or dirt or something like that. Now I do recommend a hydrojet to clean the debris from the line, and then a rescope afterwards to make sure that there's no underlying issues underneath any of that stuff there, especially out where the pipe is cracked. Or I'm sorry, not cracked, but possibly cracked. Just check out the concrete pipe there, make sure it looks like it's in good shape once that stuff is removed from it. And then I do recommend a spot repair here to correct the root intrusion that's come through. Anyway, here's our clean out. And right here, that white X is where the root intrusion's at. You can see how close it is to that bush. So anyway, I would get rid of that whole thing there, and you're going to cut through a lot of those roots probably digging down to it, but that one should probably go. It's right, the line literally goes smack dab underneath it. The whole root system is probably wrapped around the line there. Anyway, the issues right now that we're seeing there, and possible issues, are not affecting the flow. We've got great flow all the way out, and the line is functioning properly at this time, aside from a large amount of debris sitting in the middle of the flow line. Everything else is functioning. So get it jetted and rescope, make sure we don't have any cracks in the pipe, and then I'd recommend getting that root intrusion fixed.